I mean, was born in 1921, and it's just there's a lot that's not right.
What's wrong with being born in 1921?
Registering to vote in 1900, 21 years before you're born.
Ballots were run through multiple times, as you've alleged. I think you said possibly up to 30,000 times, definitely thousands of times being counted. When we examine the poll book and see who voted, and we count those numbers,
yes,
would they then not line up with the total number of votes coming out of Detroit?
Just later. The poll book is completely off. Completely off.
Off by 30,000?
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from downriver.
Okay.
I'm here because of the 38,000 ballots that arrived here at 3:45 a.m. that are just now sitting over there and getting counted, supposedly.
Okay.
And that's why I arrived.
Okay.
To an eye-opening of hypocrisy, let me tell you.
Something I want you to see, they're taping up the windows. Security's taping up the windows so that people who are challenging cannot see in here, and we can't see out. So it's an interesting development.
I know some people would get disappointed, maybe sad, maybe even feel hurt by this kind of treatment. It is a little disgusting to think about how bad they're cheating and what they've done and what they've taken away from us as Americans. But it's our job to get it back. So let's get it back. What we have coming up on this hearing that you're going to be listening to is these guys explaining again what happened, only in a court of law. So let's pay attention.
I began observing the process of ballots at several counting boards. I quickly noticed that none, and I mean none, of the names were being scanned from the ballots were in the electronic poll books. All of the names that were found in the supplemental sheets. We know that the poll books, the electronic poll books, were updated on Sunday, November 1st. That meant that all of these new ballots had to have been brand new registered voters on Monday, November 2nd, or Tuesday, November 3rd. I found it very hard to believe that tens of thousands of people had registered in just 2 short days. So I began writing down the names on the ballots immediately after they were scanned by the computer poll worker. As soon as I began, I was severely obstructed by 5 different persons that I could no longer continue my legal responsibility as a poll challenger. These 5 persons comprised of a poll worker, a supervisor, an uncredentialed person, a Democrat challenger, and one of the top leaders of the AVCB. The details can be found in my affidavit. Does anyone believe that 30 or 40,000 new voters were actually signed up legally in 2 days?
These are church-going people on Sunday. These are people walking around acting like they're doing good. And they're not. These aren't very good people. And I am out here to call them out. Let's watch the rest of this. There's going to be here exposed. It's so disgusting. And just make sure you pay attention. These are other people right near you. Democrats, liberals, those blue-haired freaks that we see running around, the Antifa clowns. We need to eradicate all these folks. It's just disgusting. And some of them have a religious intent behind their motive here, and this is why we have this DSA. And speaking of DSA, we've got people praying in the streets. We've got people not acting like Americans, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And what have you seen?
I've seen ballots that don't belong to anybody. They don't show up in the voter registration. There's no name attached to them.
And what are they doing with those ballots?
I'm challenging them, and
Okay.
they're supposed to put them in a box to be then re-evaluated. But then multiple ballots that have several different numbers, one person with different numbers. We have whole lists of them. We're writing everything down all day long.
So are they improperly filled out and you're looking to disqualify them?
Yes. If they're improperly filled out, if they have no name, if they don't have a home, or if the person was born in 1921 but registered to vote in 1900, that kind of doesn't make sense.
So, but that's not on the ballot. When you vote, your ballot is just the balls and what you have on there. What are you seeing people's registration forms?
Yes, we are.
So on the tables, you have the ballot, and then you are able to see next to them
on a computer screen.
On a computer screen, whose ballot that is.
Sometimes the ballot itself has no name, but the ballot is filled out.
Okay.
And then if we go into the registration file, we find the person that has been, was born in 1921, and it's just there's a lot that's not right.
What's wrong with being born in 1921?
But registering to vote in 1900, 21 years before you're born.
Following are only a few of the most egregious items witnessed. I was not allowed to perform my job, and from what I observed, were any of the GOP challengers in accordance with Michigan laws. We were constantly prevented from getting close enough to see what was going on with the respect to the ballots. Procedures were not being properly followed. When we brought these to the attention of the supervisors, our concerns were dismissed and ignored. And data being entered into the computers for these mail-in ballots. Poll workers were entering ballot information from new mail-in ballots, including dates of birth of 1/1/1900, into the electronic poll books and processing those ballots for tabulation. It wasn't in either the electronic poll book or the paper supplement book prior to that. I sent a website to that effect, and the list that they had up to that date was 17,327 randomly checked Michigan voters that were registered for voting and were above the age of 80. Every name on this list has voted in the 2020 election. Check for yourself, and has also been found in one or more of the obituaries online. This is the most important election in my lifetime, and I think the most important election in the history of our republic.
That poll book, why don't you look at the registered voters on there? How many registered voters are on there? Do you even know the answer to that?
No, I guess I'm trying to get to the bottom of this here.
There's zero.
So my question then is, if the
Guess how many? Wait, what about the turnout rate? 120%.
Let's let Representative Johnson ask his question.